Welcome to Indiana News Desk. I'm Joe Wren. County jails across the state don't have enough room to house all of the inmates in their facilities. Many sheriffs are using temporary beds to make room for extra people, but it's jeopardizing the safety of inmates and officers. As Barbara Brosier reports, counties say while several factors led to the problem, there's one solution: they need state funding.
We have no other place to put the people, so we've had to put makeshift beds in there to house people temporarily until we find more room or until we can ship more people out.
As Vanderburgh County Sheriff Dave Wedding gives us a tour of his jail, you can hear the frustration in his voice.
When I have a jail with 700-something inmates that's designed for 550, I don't think you need too many committees to understand we got a problem.
Wedding is running out of places to put inmates and struggling to adequately staff his jail to handle the increasing population. He received a grant that will help cover the cost of hiring additional officers, but he says that only addresses one aspect of the problem.
They have a blanket that's all. It's like a suicide-proof blanket, but we can't really do much with them because if you give them a mattress, they'll tear it apart, try to eat it, or a blanket, they'll choke themselves out.
As we walk through different cell blocks, Wedding points out several people on suicide watch, and there are a handful of inmates here suffering from severe mental illness.
When there's nowhere to go, they end up here.
Jails aren't designed to provide treatment for those people, so Wedding says they often end up reoffending and coming back here. It's one of several factors contributing to widespread overcrowding.
The jail should be mostly full of pretrial detainees because that's the purpose of a county jail.
Wedding is one of several sheriffs who testified during a legislative committee this week that's studying the issue of jail overcrowding. Specifically, legislators are examining how criminal code reform passed in 2014 is impacting jail populations. Under those changes, level 6 felons now serve their sentences in county jails instead of state prisons.
35% of all persons sitting in jail are there pre-trial on an F6.
The state saved about $4.2 million during the last fiscal year by diverting level 6 felons to county jails. That figure includes operational costs and the closure of Henryville Correctional Facility. But the state's savings is coming at a significant cost to counties. The state only pays them $35 a day for housing a level 6 felon, and counties say that doesn't begin to cover the costs associated with overcrowding.
Actually funding new officers is the issue.
Bartholomew County is housing roughly 20 level 6 felons this week. That may not sound like much, but it exacerbates the problem for a jail that's already overcrowded. Over the past few months, inmates have attacked 6 officers here.
The tensions are high in the cell blocks due to the overcrowding, running out of room.
Here in Bartholomew County, the situation is unique. They have all of this space where they could be housing inmates, but they don't have the funding. The old wing of the jail isn't being used at all because there isn't enough money to adequately staff the area. That means 108 available beds are sitting empty, while inmates are crowded into other cell blocks. The county is pursuing an income tax increase to hire 5 additional guards.
There would be funding for more staff. We're still trying to get up to where we should be with the new part of the jail on staffing before we even think about opening the old part up.
He says sending level 6 felons back to state prisons would help, but that won't magically solve all of the problems.
We are going to bring 12 more guards here.
Back in Evansville, Sheriff Wedding is working with a bipartisan committee of sheriffs from across the state to try and come up with comprehensive solutions to the problems fueling the exploding jail population. Until changes are made, he keeps a drawer full of paperwork in his office, ready in case of a lawsuit.
I've worked with every person I know of to change what's going on here. So when the lawsuit rolls around, I will defer to the people that I've tried to work with.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Barbara Brosier.
Now, some counties are facing lawsuits because of jail overcrowding, including Vigo County. The sheriff there says the solution is a new jail. The county council was supposed to vote on a proposal this week that would increase the local income tax to pay for the facility, but council members were confused about which version of the proposal they were being asked to vote on. So instead of voting, they decided to table the issue.
Could we have an explanation as to why we have a discrepancy this evening? Is it from what is published in the newspaper, or is there, because what was read is not what we were presented.
It's not clear when the council will revisit the issue. A vote has not been scheduled, and next week we'll tell you about another issue impacting county jails, Indiana's bail bond system.